Hey everybody, great to see you again this week. You've been gathering together for 6 weeks, and I hope that a couple of things have happened. Not only are you really kind of growing in your understanding of Jesus' heart and mindset towards churches and our understanding of what was happening in these churches, I hope that this time together has really encouraged and helped cultivate and nurture the friendship that you're experiencing together. I hope you guys have experienced answered prayers together and really sharing in unity together. You have placed yourself in the right kind of environment that really allows deep, meaningful spiritual friendships to blossom and grow. And so good on you for that. And so we're wanting to grow in our understanding of God's Word. We're wanting to take our next step, but we're also wanting to develop the bonds with folks with whom we do that. Community is so incredibly important. So I just want to say again, I'm glad you've been a part of that. Speaking of community, from time to time, our church likes to get together just for kind of a family conversation. This is something that is an opportunity for church leadership to share. Here are some things that are going on. Here's some decisions we're thinking about. Here are some decisions we've made. We just want to make sure you're in the know. What I'm talking about is Autumn Ridge family meeting. Maybe you've come from a church, they just called it like a congregational meeting. We're calling it an ARC family meeting. Our next one is November 5th. We're going to be talking about things related to missions and outreach and things that we've decided, things we're going to be doing moving forward. We're excited about this church's long history of engagement and missions, and we're excited to expand that as we move forward, and we want you to be in the know. So come, and it'll be an opportunity for you to ask questions. We want everybody to be in the know. I just want to make sure you know about that. So this week, we are talking about the letter to the church at Philadelphia, and I got to tell you, this is one I'm grateful for. This is the easiest one to preach. This is the one that's the easiest to give, because this church is awesome. Out of the 7 churches we're looking at, this is the one that I would want to be a part of. This is a church that Jesus has nothing negative to say about them. He has wonderful things to say to them and about them, and he honors them. And I love that. And one of the things, there's a couple of things I want to talk about real quickly. One of the things he talks about is, listen, I've got a door open for you and nobody can shut it. And what that is about is ministry opportunity. In some ways, this city of Philadelphia was a lot like us. Let me tell you a couple of things that maybe not be like us, but we can relate to in a meaningful way. The city had a couple of nicknames. One was Little Athens because they had a bunch of temples, and so there were all kinds of people there from all different worldviews and religious views. And the second was, it was called the Gateway to the East. It sat in a location where people were flowing in and out. Now, we have people from all kinds of cultures in our city, and this is a city that the world comes to, obviously for medical care, but we have something like 3 million visitors. I don't know the exact number, but we have many, many people who come in and out of our city every year. We are a city with significant gospel impact, just like Philadelphia was a city with gospel impact. And in the same way, Jesus said to them, listen, I've got a door open for you for ministry opportunity with guaranteed success. I think he would say the same thing to us. Guys, listen, there are millions of people coming through here. You have an opportunity to invest in the gospel and the kingdom in ways that you can't even imagine. That should blow our minds, and that should fill us with excitement. And I think that should inspire us to do the kinds of things that the Philadelphian church did, which is endure and move forward no matter what. And it is a couple of things that I think was driving that comes out of that. This church clearly had a deep and profound love for Jesus, and they knew what it meant to be loved by Jesus. And I think that resulted in them really loving each other. Christianity is a team sport. Church is not a spectator sport. And this is not something that we do alone. And how do we explain, how do we account that this church was able to endure well difficult things, and Jesus is just heaping praise on them, and he says, I'm going to make you a pillar in the temple of God. Just this beautiful metaphorical language. You are going to be a trophy of strength, though you may feel weak right now. I am honoring you as a trophy of strength and endurance. Beautiful church. I think it's because they relied on him and they relied on each other all at the same time. They were living out what a church was intended to be. And so I think we should be inspired by that. And I think our church should aspire to that. Now, there are some things that might pop up in this letter, like Jesus talked about an hour of trial that's coming to the whole world. And some of us, we might be tempted to want to talk about our view of end times and what is it going to be like at the end? And is there tribulation? Is there rapture? Does Jesus come before that or after that? Or is that not the right view? Is there totally another view? Those conversations are worthwhile, right? They're absolutely important. That's not our focus right now. What I really want you guys to focus on, what I'm asking you guys to really lean into is, what does it mean to endure well right now, no matter what, and to seize the opportunity for gospel ministry that we have? Maybe as a group, you want to turn over and read 2 Corinthians chapter 5, especially verses 14 through 21. Everything that the Apostle Paul wrote about in those verses, 2 Corinthians 5, 14 through 21. That's what a church should be doing. And clearly this church in Philadelphia, even though they faced probably very significant opposition, they did that in such a way, they lived that out in such a way that Jesus was delighted to heap praise on them. I want us to be that kind of church. I know you want us to be that kind of church. We want to live that out individually. We want to live that out collectively. Spend some time talking about that together. Encourage each other, pray for one another, have a great conversation, and we'll see you next week for what will be the last week in the Dear Church series.